Good morning, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, and welcome.
It's actually morning.
We're having tea.
Tea.
Yeah.
It is October, so.
I am doing my Sunflower Farm mug that I adore. I love the big wide top. And I am having I Love Lemon because I woke up with a slightly scratchy throat. Allergies.
And I am having a Tazo Elderberry Blackberry, which was kindly gifted to us, and it is delicious. It is very fall.
Yes. This whole thing is very fall. I am wearing the firebolt that Helen did out of Where the Crawdads Sing because I am in my yarn washing dress and it's not fit for public consumption. For people to see. So I am covering up.
You ever wonder why we never show us dying? It's because
we wear all clothes.
If you can think of like sea hags in their ripped clothes, all hot and sweaty.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Getting really, as the day goes on, getting really cranky at people. Anyway, we did a big dye day yesterday, and we thought we'd talk about it a little bit, but we have a couple of things to answer first, and we do want to say thank you so much to everyone who came to our live video on Wednesday and then shopped with us. The bags went quickly, I know, but
we will have more.
We will do more because
the Halloween ones
enjoyed it so much.
All right, that was it. But the other ones, we have more of the fabrics, so we love making the bags. We love the bags themselves, so we will.
And we debuted a new drawstring design, so if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the last video, and you can see what it looks like. Right. It's very pretty. It really is. It's very pretty and very useful.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, we have a couple admin things. First off, our mystery boxes of the month. Mainly the mystery sock set and the animal guide boxes. There will be no October boxes. We will release the animal guide on November 1st, and then there will be you will not get invoiced in October for the mystery sock set. You'll get invoiced again in November. We're planning to go ahead with them.
We tried so many different ways to get it into the dye schedule. And
it was more getting it out in a timely fashion. We could have dyed it, but we are gone pretty much the last 2 weeks of October. We go to Cakapalooza next week and Rhinebeck, and then we get back from Rhinebeck for all of 36 hours, and then we turn around and leave for North Carolina for SAF. And that is a long travel.
Yeah.
And also a 3-day show, so we are gone for a long time for that. So there was really no way that we could get it shipped in time. So, unfortunately, no October boxes. But they will be spectacular for November.
Yes, they will be coming in November, and they will be gorgeous.
Yes.
That was the big thing, right?
Yeah, the other thing is the English paper piecing pillow kits are going out tomorrow. We are doing the final put-togethers today and tomorrow morning, and then they will ship out tomorrow.
As you can see, behind Helen, there are little piles of paper hexies.
Hexies?
I counted them out so that you get 56 of them, so you have enough.
And behind the camera are all the stacks of fabric. So it's all set out, it's all cut, and it's just, we have to just grab and put into the packages.
Right.
So that's going out tomorrow. And the Mountain Day stuff is going out next week. Because
next week.
We dyed it all yesterday.
Right. We did have a question about the Mountain Day. Somebody wanted to know a good blue to go with it. Judy Riggy. She wanted to know whether we thought privet, crab pickin', or there was one other. It didn't make the cut. Anyway, here is the Mountain Day collection. She is going to be making the Douglas sweater by Andrea Mowry. So here's the Mountain Day collection, and we were thinking, oh, we'll show all the different ones, and then we put privet with it and said, nope, that's the only one that goes. So privet is the way to go. Oh, it was Spooky Hallway, that was it. But privet, go privet.
Crab picking is too gray, so it brings down the brightness of the Mountain Day.
Spooky Hallway is a different tonal colorway. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Any of the autumn fairies will go with this collection.
Right.
Elderberry would be a great one. Michaelmas would be a nice
soft one
to pull down a little bit on the bright.
But this,
oh my God, Privet! I mean, here, put it.
Gorgeous. Absolutely
It's
gorgeous.
it's like it was part of the collection.
Yeah. So Privet, go Privet. And then Jenny L left us a comment saying that she was so upset because her internet was down and she didn't have a chance to shop the collection or the bags. The bags we really can't help you with because whatever is left is what's left. But if for some reason you did not get the Mountain Day collection and there was something that you wanted, shoot us an email. We just dyed a whole bunch of it to take to the shows, and I'm pretty sure we can take 1 or 2 from each of the colors and send them to you if you like. We do not have any sweater or 100%. Those are the 2 that we don't have. So in other words, we have Sock Toad and DK.
Right.
But if you have something that you didn't get, just shoot us an email because we've taken it offline right now. But send us an email and let us know what you needed, and we'll work with you and see if we can get it to you.
Yeah. And also, whatever is left at the end of staff will go onto the website.
Right. Also, the hat kits. If you missed getting the hat kit, that is also going to be available. We've lost the dog. She walked away. She usually stays in here with us, but I think she got bored of us talking and she left. Yeah. So Helen went to make sure she wasn't eating poop out of the cat box because she has a tendency to do that. It's really a disgusting household we live in.
Dogs are gross.
Yes. Can you hear her coming back?
Hi. Did you find what you were looking for?
Click, 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 click. Okay. Let's talk about the dyeing process, shall we? We thought today we'd talk to you about our dyeing process because we finished dyeing a lot of yarn yesterday.
Well, we were talking about it and we were saying that even now, as seasoned dyers,
because I think after 5.5, 6 years, we can call ourselves seasoned dyers.
We are still shocked every single time we do this at how long the process is.
We keep leaving out things.
We never plan enough time. So that we were kind of listing out what the whole process was, and we thought we would talk about it.
Okay, so step 1 of the process is figuring out what we're going to dye.
Planning the
colors
and the collection.
And the collections. Sometimes it comes to us very quickly.
Right.
And it's just, boom, this is what we're doing. Sometimes we have an idea that we then build from. Like, we want to do this story, and now we need colors to go with it.
Right.
Sometimes we see a picture, and we're like, oh, that would make such a gorgeous yarn. What can we do with that? And then turn that into an idea. Okay, so, colors. When we come up with an idea for the collection, then we start planning out the colors and we decide how we're going to dye the yarn. And very often, it looks like this. Chicken scratch. But we have the name of the color, what kind of, how much of each color we want to add to it, what we're going to do. Are we going to speckle it? Are we going to make it variegated? Is it going to be tonal? That kind of thing. So
is it going to be a pour? Is it going to be...
Yeah. This is just a sample.
Color blocked, whatever.
After we're done that and we've got everything figured out, then we have to plan the dye schedule and figure out how many pans we're doing of each. The tonals go in pots, so how do you do those? And how many we can fit in a day.
And how many of each base.
Yeah. So then that kind of looks like this by the time we're done. And we paste this on the wall. So that we know we need to pull this many in sock, this many in DK, this many in fingering, and put them into each of the pans so we know that we're getting the right number of each base for each color. This one is an interesting one because I've got, arrows pointing all over the place.
Sometimes, Mary Beth usually does the logistics because she loves the whole puzzle aspect of the whole thing. And sometimes it's a Mary Beth language.
Yes.
Where it's just like, tell me what to do. You look at it. You tell me what to do.
I tell her,
I will just
you have to get 24 sock and 18 DK. We're going to put them in these bands.
And when she does the logistics, then what she does is she counts up the complete total of each base that we need, because we have to tie off the yarn to prepare it to be dyed.
Right. So what we use is circle shower rings, plastic circle shower rings, because we find that those are the easiest to
Grab the yarn.
clip onto the yarn, and then when we're moving it, if you have to turn it over in the pot, or when you're washing it, or when you're drying it, that kind of thing, it gives you something to grab onto that you can move the skeins from place to place and not tangle the yarn. The big goal is do not tangle the yarn, because once the yarn gets tangled, then basically you throw it away. It's just such a mess. So we've gotten fairly good at not tangling.
Right, and the shower rings, we've tried several different options. We tried zip ties, we tried other things. Are the least snagging.
Right.
Things still snag on the shower rings, but
it's not nearly as bad. Those zip ties, my God, we kept snagging yarn.
The yarn
constantly.
snags and everything. So the shower rings is
right.
So far the best option.
It's got to have something that will snap closed, because you don't want to lose a strand or two of the skein when you're dipping it in and out, kind of thing. So that's what we have found works the best. So then we've got everything planned. We tie off the yarn, get it all ready to go. Helen put up a reels. Was it a reels, or
no,
was it a story? A story yesterday with all the piles of yarn that we were going to dye yesterday.
Yesterday was extreme.
Yes.
We only do maybe 1 or 2 of those a year.
Right. But yesterday was getting all the Mountain Days done and ready. And basically all we did was dye Mountain Day. All the Mountain Day colors. We didn't add anything extra in. It was just those. Excuse me. So what we do is we have these piles of yarn that we can then pull from, and all the fingering are together and all the DK are together, so you know when you're going in, I need 18 DK, count it off this pile type of thing, rather than trying to figure, is this DK, is this sweater, is this fingering, is it 100%? You know, it's just, it keeps it separate. And then we go into the dye day. And the dye day is usually anywhere between 5 and 8 hours long.
Right.
Nicer days are 5 hours long. Longer days are 8 hours long. Yesterday was about a 7. All right. So after we're done dyeing, then the next day is the wash day. We leave our the skeins in overnight so that it has a chance to absorb as much of the color as it possibly can, and it sets it nicely well
and cools down the yarn completely, so we're not shocking the yarn at all.
Right. So what we do is we dye on one day, and then the next day is the wash day. And we always forget, when we're done the dye day, we're like, it's done. And then you forget that you have anywhere from 2 to 5 hours worth of washing the next day.
Right.
So today is going to be a long one, because as we said, we dyed a lot, so now you have to wash a lot. And then there are the drying days. Goes into the drying room, it gets hung up, and it dries.
And one thing when we're planning all our dyeing and everything like that is that you have to plan the dry days in there, because you have a limited amount of drying space. So you can't dye, wash, because you haven't left enough time for the yarn that you dyed the first day to dry and take it down and clear off some drying space for the second dye day.
So we have to leave space in there for it to fully dry, and depending on the New Jersey weather, if it's humid, it takes an extra day or so, and if it's cool and dry, then it dries faster. And then, this is the one I always leave off. I can't take a hank of yarn and just send it to you. Much as I would like to, I can't. So we have to twist it, label it, and get it into the boxes so that it's ready to pull for when we're shipping. And I always forget how much time it takes.
And that is when we're like, oh, well, we'll just, we'll twist and tie, we'll twist and label in the morning.
Right.
And then it's like, every time.
Yep.
And I mean, it's gotten to the point now where we just say, okay, we know that it's a day.
Right.
Like we did 500 skeins yesterday, and that will probably be a couple days worth of twisting and labeling.
Right.
just from taking it down. You have to zhuzh it a little bit and then twist it. Label it, sort it,
and put it in its proper spot.
right.
And then there's the shipping. And that's when we get to just go through and pick everything out, put it in the boxes, and send it out to you.
Right.
Wrapping it first, because we feel that if you are treating yourself to some of our yarn, it should be a pleasure to open.
Right.
So if it's 3 or under, we wrap it and tie it in a ribbon. Anything over 3, it bursts through the tissue paper will not stay, so it goes in a plastic baggie. But yeah, no, we try and make it as pretty as possible so that when you get it, you have something pretty to open it. All right, so that is the dyeing that is our dye process,
right.
as it were, from start to finish. Speaking of which, we do have something extra to tell you that we forgot about. We had a couple of people ask us if we were going to do mini skein collections of the Mountain Day collection. And yes, we did. We dyed them. However, they're sitting in pots downstairs because they haven't been washed yet, so we can't show them to you. But they are listed on the website. It's 20-gram minis, fingering weight. They are ready to go. Well,
they'll ship next week when we ship the rest of it.
Yeah, they will ship with everything else. But there are 20 sets available, so if you would like one, go ahead and grab one. They are now part of the shop, and we will take anything that's left over up to Rhinebeck with us.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it.
I think so.
I think we got it all. Okay, so we are off to wash yarn. We hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It is a gorgeous fall weekend.
It is. It's the Kite Festival down here on Long Beach Island.
Although I think it's supposed to pour rain tomorrow.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, that's too bad.
But I think they said that
in a month.
I know. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but Sunday's supposed to be better.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That was the chatter on Facebook. Is
that's
whether
the
it'll
doom
be on
and gloom of Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
We shall see. Anyway, right now, blue skies,
Fall day.
fluffy like white clouds, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous. So have a wonderful weekend.
Go forth and create.
And we will see you on Monday. Bye. Bye.